He kidnaps me, chat. It's like a Tusk situation, okay? And he's gonna physically transform me into Sonic, chat. And so he, like, you know, he removes parts of my body, chat. And it's like he takes off my legs and my arms, and he gives me fucking linguini arms, chat, noodle arms. And so I'm like Kermit, but I'm like Sonic. I'm like, gotta go fast. And he's inspired again. She's inspired. Hello, I just wanted to thank you for clicking on my video, and I wanted to let you know not only do I create content on my YouTube channel here, Class in a Glass, but I'm also on Twitch, where I play single-player games, multiplayer games. I do movie reviews, cartoon reviews, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, it would be a big help if you can check out my Patreon, where you can gain access to audio commentaries, reactions, and the ability to submit questions for my podcasts and videocasts. And all that content can be found in the links below. In the meantime, enjoy the video. This is from Vanisphere. Show me this from Vanisphere's movie question. Raul absolutely nailed it as M. Bison in Street Fighter. What is your favorite movie that has an actor that elevated an otherwise shit film? Chav, you have never seen the 1994 film Street Fighter. I highly recommend checking it out. It's the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Is playing an American, but he does not sound American. He sounds Belgian, as he always does. And he was doing copious amounts of cocaine, chat, on set. And he was also having an affair with Cammy on the movie. He was cheating on his wife, Chad. That's what the movie's also known for. But Raul Julia delivers an amazing performance, Chad. He's having so much fun, and the sad thing is that he was actually quite sick when he was making the movie, Chad. This was his last film, I believe, before he passed away. The film is actually dedicated in his honor. He has all the best lines. Anytime he's on screen, Chad, he's killing it. He's killing. He has, you know, like they had this whole speech where you have I forget the actress who plays Mulan from the original 90s animated film, but you know she plays oh god, what's the name? Chun-Li. She plays Chun-Li in the movie. And Chun-Li, her whole thing is like, oh, the day you attacked my family's village, you decimated everyone. And it's like, I swore revenge. And you know, but you know, for me, it informed my entire life. And M. Bison's like, I don't really remember your village or you. And he's like, to be honest, for me, that day was just another Tuesday, which I thought was fucking hilarious. Such a goddamn great line. That's it. Ming Na Wen. Ming Na Wen. Yeah, he made it for his kids. That's the other thing. He did make it for his kids because they were fans of Street Fighter, chat. But he did. He gave a great performance, and otherwise kind of, well, you know, it's an okay movie. I think Street Fighter is better than the Mortal Kombat film, the '95 Mortal Kombat film. But I guess that's an unpopular opinion. But I like the movie. It's fun. I think I did a review for it too back in the day. I think I gave one a high rental, and I'd stand by that, chat. But to answer your question, you know, there are three performances in movies that kind of stand out to me. You know, it's actually one. I was like, shit, this is actually not bad. It's an otherwise terrible film in a terrible franchise, Chad, the Twilight franchise. And I'm not going to say Robert Pattinson. I'm not going to say Taylor Lautner or Kristen Stewart, chat. But the one person who I thought, like, okay, you feel like you're in a completely different movie, and it's very similar to someone like Raul Julia, chat, because he is hamming it up, but he seems to be having so much fun. And that's Michael Sheen as the Vampire King in New Moon. And I guess across all the other films, shit, but Michael Sheen, like, he is just monologuing his ass off. He's fucking creepy in all those scenes. But I really like Michael Sheen in the Twilight franchise, shit. It's like you are in a complete, he's playing an Anne Rice vampire. And it's working. Like, you know, there's been some very good Anne Rice, you know, adaptation. I mean, Interview with a Vampire, of course, Chad. I mean, he's very much that Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, Antonio Banderas vampire in an otherwise really bad film, and I imagine the other ones, bad franchise, chat. But he's fucking giving it his all. I was like, you know what? I'm actually really enjoying him in the movie. I wish he was in it more, honestly. I don't know if he's in, you know, if his screen time is extended in the sequels. I would hope so, chat. But hey, New Moon's an awful film, chat. I think I give the movie either like a fuck you or some old bullshit, maybe even a low some old bullshit. But his performance is quite fun to watch in the movie. So definitely Michael Sheen in Twilight. Another one, which I think is kind of an obvious one, even though I just don't think he's even the movies he's kind of like relegated to like a tertiary character in some of the films. But Ewan McGregor in the Star Wars prequels, I think, is good. He's probably the because he's giving the best performance compared to everybody else. Like it's funny. Like when you think of think of the prequel trilogy, you think of the Phantom Menace and his duel with Darth Maul. He's absent for like a third of the movie, chat. Like he's in the third, and then he's not in the second third when Qui-Gon discovers Anakin. He's just not in there, and then he comes back in the last third. It's very, very weird. But outside that, like I think of Attack of the Clones, and I think of Revenge of the Sith. He probably has the best lines. He's doing a great job of emulating a young Alec Guinness, who, of course, famous for playing, Ben Kenobi, Obi-Wan Kenobi. And even though not all the dialogue he's given is great, and he has to do a lot of exposition, other than maybe Ian McDiarmid, who is just, super hammy in all the, those movies, is, unlimited power, but Ewan McGregor, he's actively trying to give a good performance despite the bad direction from George Lucas and the bad writing. I think he's definitely up there as actors who's given a good performance in otherwise bad film or bad franchise. And then the last person I was thinking about, chat, was Martin Freeman in the Hobbit trilogy. So you guys know I'm a big fan of the Hobbit book. I think the Hobbit book's better than the Lord of the Rings books. It's just a wonderful story. I've read it at least, I don't know, over a dozen times in my lifetime. Love that novel. And I was very excited for the Hobbit trilogy, or the Hobbit adaptation. I remember when it was said, well, they're going to split into 2 movies. Like, well, it doesn't really need to be 2 movies. It's a singular book. And then when they said, oh, we're actually going to split into 3 movies, I was like, uh-oh. But one of the things that made me excited, though, was when they casted Martin Freeman as Bilbo Baggins. Oh, that's perfect, Chad. I mean, he nails. And thankfully, he is great across the board in all 3 films. Like, I don't really like those movies. I guess I like the first one the best, technically. All the stuff with the books, like everything, to sell Martin Freeman's performance, just watch his scene with Andy Serkis's Gollum. It's that game of riddles in the dark. That is perfect. He nails the character. He shows that Bilbo, he's recognizing the bravery and courage he always had in his heart. Even though I think sometimes he's relegated to a secondary character for Thor and Oakenshield in those movies, but he does a great job throughout the trilogy consistently. It's just that overall I don't think those are very good movies, which is sad because I love that book so much. Stacey Man, welcome to stream. Hope you're doing very well. Leave it to the British actors. Give a good performance to any film. That's right. Those are all 3 Brits. Or people from the the UK, I don't know, Scotland, Ireland, Wales, whatever. They give some good performance. But yeah, chat, Michael Sheen from Twilight, Ewan McGregor from Star Wars, the Star Wars prequel specifically, and Martin Freeman in the Hobbit trilogy, chat. That's what I was saying. Hello there. I mean, all the fucking memes that have come from Ewan McGregor from the. I mean, he's like, I think he's 2/3 of the prequel memes himself. All that shit. No, so those are. What about some of you guys? There's anything in particular like, hey, these performances are great and otherwise really shitty films? Kind of curious about that. I think I wouldn't want to include it because I actually do like the movie. But I think Jim Carrey in How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the live action adaptation, he's amazing. I think the movie's fine. The movie's like directed okay. It's Ron Howard for whatever reason. It's with a blue-gray filter for some reason. But thankfully, Carrey's performance elevates that fucking film. Maybe even, the Sonic movie. Like, I think, Sonic's an entertaining film. But Jim Carrey, he carries that fucking movie on his shoulders as Dr. Robotnik. Marlon Wayans in White Chicks is another one. Fair enough. Ewan McGregor's right. He is a great actor, no doubt about it. Yeah. So uncivilized, yeah. So, I like The Glitch too, agree. I'm one of those people that really defends that movie. To the death. To the death. It's entertaining. I think it's a good adaptation. I mean, it's hard to beat the original Boris Karloff one, but it's good. It's really good. Yeah. But yeah, that is Vanisphere's first question. Go ahead and move on to his second. This is a TV-based question, Shep. Who is your favorite Looney Tunes character and why? And on top of that, did the new HBO Looney Tunes effectively capture what you loved about the original version? It's hard. I've gone back and forth between the two Looney Tunes icons, which is always Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. But back in my younger days, I loved Daffy Duck, especially when he became such a little prick. Because, Daffy Duck originally, he was just fucking insane. He was just crazy. He's that, woo, 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 just fucking with Porky Pig half the time. He'd always fuck with Porky Pig. And then over time, they made him, like, he was just greedy. He was just very selfish and narcissistic, and then he started to get that rivalry with Bugs Bunny, and then you had other versions of him, like you have the Duck Dodgers one, where, you know, he's like this, you know, space hero, if you will. And, you know, Porky Pig is his cadet, you know, like his partner. They go around the galaxy and the universe and stopping all these threats. But I've always really loved Daffy Duck. You know, it's just, I don't know, it's just more interesting. You know, not that I dislike Bugs Bunny. I love Bugs Bunny. Like Bugs Bunny, he is that guy who's always kind of taking the piss out of people. He's sarcastic. He's the smartest person in the room. You know, he's kind of laid back and everything, while fucking Daffy Duck is always, you know, Daffy Duck's always at 11. Bugs is kind of more relaxed, you know, the whole time. Like, he has to put up with Daffy. But I've always really liked Daffy's shenanigans. It's like he deserves everything he gets. That's the thing, too. It's like, no, I remember this one particular, oh, God, like, episode, like, way back in the day. It was when Daffy was no longer crazy, but he was just selfish and narcissistic. And it was one, I think, when him and Bugs, like, find, like, this buried treasure, and they encounter this genie or something. And Daffy, just to show how Daffy doesn't even know, like, a good thing when it's in front of his face, when he finds all this treasure, and they find, like, it was like a story of, it's like their own version of Aladdin. And like, this genie comes out of this lamp, and it's like, I will give you 3 wishes. And Daffy's like, fuck you! And he's just trying to stuff him back in the lamp. It's like, no, mine! Treasure's mine! Like, he doesn't even care about the genie that can just give him even more. Because he's, you know, he doesn't see the full picture. And I said that one always stuck out to me. But yeah, I have to say Daffy Duck has always been my favorite, followed by Bugs Bunny. Now to answer your, and I love Duck Dodgers. Duck Dodger was such a fun cartoon from like the early 2000s. It came out like what, 2003, 2004. Always thought that was really, really funny. Kind of underrated too. To the second part of your question, for the recent Looney Tunes that are on HBO Max, I really enjoyed them. I thought they were a lot of fun. Those are more adhering to, like, the original takes on the characters. So Daffy's not so much selfish anymore. He's just fucking insane. And, I mean, you have Sylvester, where Sylvester's just more of an asshole. Where they kind of made Sylvester, it's like, Sylvester and Tweety's relationship kind of evolved into the very Tom and Jerry-esque. But I like that they made Sylvester the cat just a prick. I forgot about that. That was always really fun. And yeah, and they bring back all the characters, like, you know, Yosemite Sam, of course, and, you know, I like what they did with Bugs. Yeah, they did a great job. The one thing I will critique about the show is, like, I don't like the fact that they gave Elmer Fudd a scythe over a gun. I was like, come on. I thought that was weird. I was like, come on, give him his goddamn gun back. That didn't make any sense to me. But no, overall, I really enjoyed the episodes I have seen. I haven't seen them all, but the episodes I've seen, I really like them. They were good. Yeah, well, just started to saw you in there. Welcome. Have you seen the new set of Looney Tunes shorts? They released new episodes. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. They were quite fun. Most of them were great. Oh, but now, chap, we'll go ahead and move on to Vanny's next question. This is video game inspired. I got a question for you. What are some of your favorite Looney Tunes characters? Anyone in particular that stands out to you that you really do love and enjoy? You love their performances? I'm curious. Wile E. Coyote. Put a cork in there. That would have been fun. Yeah, just put a cork on it instead of not using, gunpowder and, and shells, shotgun shells. Be very quiet. He's slicing rabbit. That would be great. Rose, super genius. I don't know, you like the characters generally. Yeah, there's some good ones. There's definitely some good ones. Oh. Corbin, hey, speaking of a good performance in otherwise bad movies, what do you think of Glenn Close getting an Oscar nomination for Hillbilly Jim? I don't think so I'm in the minority of people that thinks she gave a bad performance. She's a fucking hobgoblin in that film. She's a bog creature. And I'm like, she got a Razzie nomination though too, didn't she? Yeah, I'm not I think Hillbilly Elegy was in my list of like worst movies of 2020, one of the ones that I have seen. And I thought she was ridiculous. I thought she was a cartoon character in that film. And everything she did just came off so unintentionally funny to me. But a lot of people liked her performance. A lot of people praised her, and I was like, I'm just not one of those people. I would have to agree to disagree. You know what I mean? But hey, if she ever plays like an orc in something, and it's like, okay, get Glenn Close. He'll fucking kill it. She'll knock out the goddamn park. No question. Foghorn has his moments too. And I just love his voice. I really like Foghorn Leghorn. Like the pair of Porky and Daffy. Me too, D-Gogs. They were great on Duck Dodgers. I love that. The rapport they had. Spike in Cheshire, says Ro. As a kid, it was Taz for the chaotic nature, but overall, oh yeah, Taz. You know Taz. Yeah, Tasmanian Devil. Yeah. But Bugs is like a very close second to Daffy for me. Yeah. Bugs is just kind of cool. Bugs is just laid back. He's cool. He's just trying to live his life. These people just keep fuck with. He's like, okay, I'm gonna fuck with you. She did. She is the third person to get both a Razzie and Oscar nomination for the same performance. Ha! That's funny. Oh, this is Vanny's third question, chat. Again, if you are subscribed, you can ask up to 5 questions. No one seems to talk about Onimusha anymore since there hasn't been a new installment since the PS2. How can Capcom bring it back without being a Sekiro clone? That's what they should do, is make it a Sekiro clone. I have not played Onimusha. Maybe I have. I don't realize it. But hey, if you want to capitalize on a popular genre right now, so Souls games, everyone's looking to make Souls games now, chat. They seem to be always consistently profitable. Do that. just make it like Sekiro and be like, oh shit, here's a new samurai, inspired Souls game. I would definitely do that. No question. Make it like Soulsborne. I think that's what they should do if you want to bring it back and just call it Onimusha and, sell it that way. So, yeah, nothing wrong with being a clone if you're a good clone. No doubt. There's a damn good game. Sure was me. See, I haven't played it. I gotta check it out maybe someday. And this is Vanny's fourth question. Do you memorize the scene by scene? I got scene by scene breakdown. See, there's 3 scenes and then an inhale and then a scene. Breakdowns, or do you keep notes on your monitor? So mostly I do it all from memory. And the reason why I do that is because I just like the idea of exaggerating or elaborating on certain things. Just kind of going with it. Like, for some movies. Now, to answer your question, in its full context, I do keep some notes for certain films. Like, if I'm not familiar with a movie and I want to keep track of it, then I will have notes. Or if there's certain scenes I want to talk about, like, I'm like, I got to talk about this, and I'll have that in there. Or if I'm seeing something for the very, very first time, then I'll need to keep some notes. But if I've seen a movie, like, a good amount, or just something sticks with me, like for Batman v Superman, chat, I didn't have any notes for Batman v Superman. I just kind of knew from memory the trajectory of the movie. For a lot of superhero films, a lot of genre films, I just kind of remember. Maybe for something like 50 Shades, like I had notes for that because the movie for the most part is like so fucking boring. And I'm like, okay, when did this scene happen? When did that scene happen? And that's like, okay, I need to keep notes for these. So, like, for that one, I have to keep notes. For Twilight, for example, I need to keep notes just because I'm like, I don't know because all these scenes feel so similar to each other, and sometimes you'll confuse things in your head, like, wait, did that happen first, or did this happen first? And so I have to keep notes just to keep myself on track. Then, yeah, I do. But for most of it, no, just because I kind of like just doing it off the cuff, being exaggerated or adding shit that's not even the movie itself. My reviews are both, they're mostly done for comedic effect than like serious film criticism. Like, there's a million YouTube critics, or a million critics out there who want to, do it seriously. And I'm just not really, I don't want to do it that way. I don't want to go in depth and write a fucking essay. It's like, I'm just here to have fun and talk about the film and getting down in the nitty gritty details that I think are funny. Or if the details aren't, then I'm going to exaggerate them for the sake of exaggerating them because I like doing that. But for most of them, no. But for a couple, for the boring ones that I'm like, okay, shit, I don't know what scene came first, and so I just need to keep track of all this. And sometimes those end up being some really good reviews too. Like the Twilight ones are always fun because at least there's some ridiculous shit in there. But for the in between all the ridiculous shit that happens, there's a lot of just nothing, and so I have to keep myself on track for some of those movies. So to answer your question, mostly just by memory, but there are a few exceptions occasionally. Like for all the movies this week, I've done 8 Mile, I've done Man of Steel, and I did Batman v Superman. That's all from memory. Justice League is going to be all from memory. Yeah, Glee, it's fun listening to see how you see exactly how I see the movie, how I interpret the film, based on my memory. Yeah. How come we don't want another egg-headed critic getting to a hypothetical with review? Listen, there's people who want to do that. They can do that. That's what if they're passionate about, that's what they like doing, then more power to you. It's just, I just know there's a lot of that out there, like that type of film crew, especially on YouTube. And I don't care to do that. That's not what I want to do. Because I'd be competing with everyone else. So it's just me going off on a film and doing my spoiler reviews and commenting on certain scenes and getting through it. It's just a good time. Just there to entertain you guys. Pretty much what it is. I really like it. Let's do reviews. Exactly. I do reviews on DT. We can just go. Exactly. So yeah, if you want to see me do a more serious take on, reviews for films than the ones that I'm on for Double Toast. You can see that, chat. And which is what we did. Just recently did that for something like Superman and Lois, which I still got to watch the next episode. I haven't done that yet. I've been so busy with everything here, watching other DC content. And, all the other things I've done in the past. Devil's Hand, thank you for the big booty butt. Welcome. Good to see you. Hope you're doing very well. Hope you're doing very, very well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wawa wee woo, chat. Wawa wee woo. Oh, thank you for the big booty butts. And this is Vanny's last question. She had some music question, but it's actually something I know about. Music. Oh, let me go ahead and check something really quick. Chat, apologies. Okay. Music. You said that Final Fantasy VI is my favorite in the series. Yes. Good choice, by the way. Thank you. Which of the many character themes is your favorite person? I love Setzers. You know what? Terra. She's the main. Terra Branford, chat. She's the main protagonist of Final Fantasy VI. Hers, I mean, it might be like an easy answer, but Terra is one of my favorites, if not my favorite. We can listen to a little bit of it. Hopefully, Experience won't come after me. We can listen to a little bit of her theme. She has kind of like a March theme, but there's a lot more going on into it. And it's also, I think, just the theme of Final Fantasy VI. We can go ahead and listen to a little bit of it right now, chat. Both, I think we can do the SNES version and the PlayStation 1 version. Let me do Final Fantasy VI Terra's theme. And I have another one. I have another close second. You could probably guess it too. Yeah, here it is. You can listen to this. Goddamn ads. Goddamn you ads. Here we go. Guys have March in there. Yeah. So yeah, I've always really loved Terra's theme. So it might be a safe answer. But another close second is definitely Kefka's theme. Kefka is my favorite Final Fantasy villain, chat. Everyone loves Sephiroth. Hey, all respect to the One-Wing Angel, chat. Not disrespecting Sephiroth. But Kefka is my guy. So if you're unfamiliar with Kefka, it's funny. So, a little spoiler if you've never played Final Fantasy VI. In the game, Kefka doesn't become the main villain until the middle portion. Because you're fighting against, the whole story is okay, initially, this emperor, he wants to rule the world and everything. And he has this court jester who, is also his assassin and agent, and it's Kefka. And the Emperor is fucking killed by Kefka, thrown off the fucking side of a mountain, and Kefka assumes control, and he actually destroys the world. That's what happens. You lose. You actually lose the game in the middle of it, and you have to live with the consequences of living this apocalyptic wasteland. It's shit! And Kefka becomes this all-powerful god-like being. But Kefka's theme, I've always lived, and there's an organ involved with it. Yeah, let me get Kefla's theme. Yeah, I've always really it. Hold on, just putting Kefla from Dragon Ball by accident. Kefka's theme. There it is. This is also quite good. Let me go ahead and start this from the
South Park.
Shut up! I haven't seen the special yet. I haven't seen the special. All right, let me go ahead and start this up. I love that. Hear the drums. It's gonna get into it in a bit. It's the start. Joker of Final Fantasy. That's what Kefka's always been. That's what Kefka's always been in the franchise. I would, part of me would absolutely love if they ever did like a Final Fantasy VII Remake X-esque version of 6. So okay, we're not gonna do like the same like the 32-bit graphics anymore or whatever, like the pixel art and all that. But if they want to do like, I would love that. I know some people didn't like Final Fantasy VII Remake, but man, that'd be really cool to see Kefka like in that way and all these other characters and Terra and everyone else. I would absolutely love it, chat. Lock Shadow, and Sign. Oh, Shadow has an excellent theme. We'll go ahead and we'll listen to a little bit of Shadow. Yeah, Shadow, from what I remember. Shadow could die in the game. What? Yeah. That's right. It's possible. Of course, I type in Shadow theme and I get Shadow the fucking Hedgehog. No! Here it is. That chiptune music, check. I love that chiptune. Yeah, some good stuff there, chat. Final Fantasy 14 has a great HD upgrade version of the Kefka Phantom Train. Ooh, very nice, very nice. That's I love chiptune music, chat, and Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy in general has really good music. Especially the other 4 has some wonderful music too. 9 has some great music, but 6 has some really good ones. But yeah, definitely Terra's theme, one of my favorite protagonists from Final Fantasy, chat, and Kefka, who's my favorite villain in the franchise. Squall's mine, Squall. I mean, Final Fantasy is my favorite. Shadow's my favorite Final Fantasy character, though. I even tried to dress like him when I was young. Yeah, I was never a big Final Fantasy VIII fan. But I know it has a very passionate fan base. I've always said before, chat, it's always been 6, probably 9, then 4, then 7. Yeah, those always been my favorites. Those are the ones. That was Final Fantasy, chat. That was Final Fantasy back in the day. That was some good shit, if I do say so myself. Woo, I'll play those on stream one day, Chad. Don't you worry. The only Final Fantasy game I have played on stream has been the 7 Remake. I will play that Intergrade DLC chapter or whatever it is. Yeah. Someday, chat. But no, very good question, Vanny. Very good question. See, I like music, chat. I just have, eclectic tastes. But yeah, Tara Branford's and Kefka's themes from Final Fantasy. Thank you. Thank you, Vanny, for submitting those questions. Thank you for being a Juicy Gangsta subscriber. Very, very kind of you, sir. And now, chat, we're going to move on to the next set of questions. These, my friends, are from Austinic. These are Austinic's questions. And I believe these are kind of based on all the DC stuff we've gotten lately, chat. Probably Zack Snyder's Justice League and my Batman v Superman review and things. But he says this is his first question, chat. Question 1 in the DC Chris-verse. So, chat, previous episodes ago, I got to put these all online. I know I need to do this. But I did my own Phase 1 and part of Phase 2 of what my DC cinematic universe would be. Setting up all the first films, chat, ending with the Justice League movie, all that. And I did a little bit of Phase 2 as well, kind of what the sequels of these films would be, some of the new characters that would be introduced, people like Static and stuff. So that's what Austinic is referring to. But question 1, the DC Chris-verse, how would you adapt the story where Batman fought Superman? So I guess when you say how would I adapt the story, so I'm not sure if you're referring to like The Dark Knight Returns, or like if I had to make them like fight in my cinematic universe, what would I do? Well, to answer your first question, to answer like how maybe you're saying it like this, where what story would I want them to fight in? If it's not in my DC universe, I mean, I think a Dark Knight Returns adaptation would be really cool to see. Something like that's what they should have done with Ben Affleck. I've said this before, chat. Like I think Ben Affleck was a great choice for Batman. He was just in the wrong movie. I think it would have been really cool to actually see a Dark Knight Returns adaptation, like Frank Miller's original graphic novel, where this middle-aged Batman, this 50-year-old Batman. He's coming out of retirement based on all these various scenes because Gotham City has fallen in disarray. But this gets the attention of certain people. So I think it'd be cool to make it a period piece, take place in the 80s, chat, during the Reagan era. Reagan's America, Reagan, all that shit. I think that would be really interesting to see. And then you also have Superman in there, so you have a new actor, Superman. I mean, that would be I think, a really good way. Now, if you're saying with my Nia Brownie, oh, hi, Mark. Welcome, Nia Brownie. Hope you're doing very well. Good to see you, chat. Wait, Nia Brownie, follow her for no reason, get her affiliate. Let's do it. Do it now. Yes. My apologies. But if you're asking how I would make them fight in my DC cinematic universe, well, one of the Justice League films I would want to do, Chad. So I had my first idea for Justice League. Kind of go back in if you guys aren't familiar with it. So I do all the origin films. Well, not origin movies, but just they each get their own single movie first before they get Justice League. Because I don't think we need to see fucking Batman's parents die again, all this shit. But it would the seventh movie in my phase one, if you will, would be a Justice League film, Chad. So I had already established Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman and Jon Stewart, Green Lantern, and Barry Allen's The Flash, and Arthur Curry, Aquaman, and then we'd do the Justice League movie. And the first one would deal with Brainiac, it would have Brainiac, and he'd be the big threat. That's what I would do it. But for the sequel, chat, I would have, the Justice League has been established. They've been working together for some time, a year, maybe a year and a couple months or whatever. And you have, but because of all the insurmountable threats they've been facing for all this time, chat, and even though they're there and they're protecting people, the world's getting more dangerous. People, despite the Justice League's best efforts, are getting even more scared. And because of this, we have someone like, Bruce Wayne, chat, who in my version would be very much like, I like what they're doing with the Robert Pattinson Batman, at least what we've seen so far from the Matt Reeves film. So he's very much a detective. He's maybe a little darker, maybe a little more obsessed with things. And I feel like I would want to do the second Justice League movie in a way which kind of divides the members of the League, would be a Tower of Babel adaptation. Where in the original, so there was an adaptation, there was an animated adaptation a few years ago, but in the original Tower of Babel, it's about Ra's al Ghul, who is an enemy of Batman, chat, really like hacking and learning, or like hacking Batman's systems, actually learning that Batman has kept these very these dossiers, these very specific dossiers, chat, on all the members of the Justice League and countermeasures on how to stop them and kill them. And Ra's al Ghul takes advantage of this and actually enacts all these countermeasures and plans that Batman has. And he systematically takes down all these members of the League. Now, in the original adaptation, Superman, I believe, is shot with a Kryptonian bullet. I would do it differently. I think it would be really cool if Ra's al Ghul, and this, you can also set up where people maybe start to fear Superman, he exposes Superman to red kryptonite. So maybe for whatever reason, we find out there's other different types of kryptonite, and we have green, we have red. And, red is, radiated with the Kryptonian sun, the red sun of Krypton, makes Superman hallucinate, go crazy, rabid almost, and he exposes Ra's al Ghul and whoever else. In my plan, I would be where it's very much a Tower of Babel adaptation, where the Court of Owls, who has already been established in my Batman film verse, if you will, they're behind everything, the first Batman movie. They're in league with the Court of Owls to take down, they formed a cabal to take down these heroes. And, Ra's al Ghul knows Batman, because I would take a little note from Christopher Nolan's trilogy. Ra's al Ghul was the person who trained Batman. Batman's never revealed that, though. He's kept all these secrets for so long. And he gets in the Wayne Manor, they get in the Batcave, they take all these plans, and all around the world, when the League, they're doing their lives, they're suddenly attacked, and they're being taken down like this, systematically. And one of the things that, Batman discovers, maybe in his research, if Superman is exposed to a specific type of radiation, let's say, maybe not even red kryptonite, but like, this specific radiation, he can fucking mess with his mind. And he, goes off. And maybe he starts attacking other members of the League, and they have to stop him. And then it's revealed that, that Batman, you are the one who created all these countermeasures. And he also has to talk about how my mentor, or at least during my travels to become Batman, was Ra's al Ghul. And those would be the villains of my movie, chat. like you have Ra's al Ghul, you have the Court of Owls, and maybe somebody else is also involved. But that's how it would make them fight. Then you have that big fucking fight where you have that that red kryptonite or that that red radiation infected Superman going crazy, and then you'd have Batman like he's the one that has to take him down because he would know how to take him down because he has all these countermeasures in place. But he won't kill him. And that's when you get the fucking, battle. And then you get the Dark Knight Returns-esque battle. But it's, Superman's not in his right mind. So you have Batman having to don that fucking suit, which he's been created in secret, which he would use to kill Superman. And they would fight. So that is what my idea would be. It would be a tower battle adaptation. Ra's al Ghul, the Court of Owls, have infected Superman's mind with this red kryptonite or this red sun radiation, make him go crazy. Batman, the members of the league have to defeat him, or Batman has to defeat him, but not kill him. That's how I would have done it, and not set up this whole all the conflict they did in Batman v Superman. I think it makes more natural. You already feel like there's a connection between all the members of the league at this point, and also a relationship between Batman and Superman. It's like it's a betrayal. And it's Batman who did it. I think that's kind of sad. Like, someone took advantage of Batman's fucking craziness. I think that'd be cool. And then you have it, somebody save me. That's what I want to do. That's just me. What do you think of about that idea, chap? I'm curious. Marvel Lori, I'm looking forward to your Snyder review. Hope you don't hold back. If you don't like it, my review better than Joss Whedon's version, but still bloated nonsense in slow motion. Welcome to Marvel Lori. Hope you're doing very well. Yep, I will be reviewing that tomorrow, and you'll find out what my thoughts are. Cue Cannibal Amy Adams. Yes, release Amy Adams. She's part of the contingency plan. Contingency plan. That's what it is. Oh, I'm just answering a question. They could bring in the main man Lobo to help. Yeah, but that is what I would. That's what I would do. Would I do a Batman Year One adaptation? No, I never want to see Batman's origins again. I would just want them to be referenced, like in certain things. Like, fine, like, oh yeah, I spent some time training with certain groups. Like, that's what I think Matt Reeves is doing. He's like, I do not want to show Batman's parents being shot again. I'm done with it. I don't want to see it ever again. So that was your question, Austin. I hope you liked that question. So yes, Tower Battle adaptation, Ra's al Ghul, Court of Owls in league of each other. Getting into the Batcave, finding this information out, contingency plans, taking down the league to destabilize the world so they can gain power. That's what it would be. One of those things. Superman's exposed to something, makes him go crazy. Batman has to don his suit to stop him. But everyone's fucking mad at Batman because it's like, what the fuck, Bruce? You did all these. He's like, I would, and I do it again. I would love that. No more pearls. No more pearls falling. No, I don't want to see it. No murder. No murder scene. It's done. It's over. It's dead. Just like Batman's parents, it's dead. So hopefully you like that. I would love to see a Tower Battle adaptation. Because also, what it does too, Chad, it's like, shit, they were all united here. Like, they had their differences, of course, but now, like, one of the members is like, you fucking did all this in case we, you just to take us down and kill us. He's like, yeah, man, I'd do it again. I kind of like that. It shows the extreme lengths that Batman would go to. That'd be interesting. Yeah, and I think it would set up to where he would naturally just be alone at the very end. Because I would love to do Batman Beyond adaptations, but he's alienated everyone who's ever cared about him. So that's what I would like to do, Chad. I think it'd be fun. Cinnamon Sugar Sweetums. Hope you're doing well today. Good to see you. Oh, and this is. Hope you like that. Hope you like that answer, Austin. Like I said, I want to give some depth. Not having a good day, but hope you're doing. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Austin. Well, I'm doing well. I am. I hope I can improve it. Hope I can entertain you for a little bit. I hope you like that answer to that question. But check. Can we get some Mr. Revenues, Mr. Unhypes in the chat right now for Austinic? I would appreciate it. But this is question 2. How would I do a sequel to Big Trouble in Little China? What's the plot? Who's directing? Who does it star? And how does it tie into the original movie? I think it would be interesting to do a date. Like, it's a direct sequel. It's a direct sequel, but it takes place decades later. So those who don't know, Big Trouble in Little China, it's a John Carpenter movie starring Kurt Russell. It's about this character named Jack Burton who helps his buddy Wayne try to rescue his fiancée from an evil Chinese sorcerer chat named David Lo Pan. It takes place in San Francisco, Chinatown, full of magic and mystery and kung fu and stuff. But the movie was a critique chat on 80s action movies at the time because people didn't realize it because, they just didn't get it. And the whole thing was because, in all these 80s action films, chat, you'd have the prototypical, white lead, and you'd have his minority sidekick who always get into trouble. This film that John Carpenter created was you have the prototypical white lead, except he's an idiot. And he doesn't know what's going on. And he's the least competent person in the film. While the sidekick character, the minority sidekick, it's actually his story, and he knows what's going on, and he actually has all the abilities to kick ass. Like that's what it was. At the time, people just didn't understand it. To this day, people. I read an article about this today. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" People are saying that Big Trouble in Little China is racist. It's like you missed the whole fucking point of the movie. And it was like, it's funny enough. It was going to be one of the writers of the reboot they were going to do. And I was like, you are they just don't get. They just simply do not get it. That the movie is not racist. Not in any capacity. If anything, it's a critique on racism. It's a critique on the typical, stereotypical things we see in all of these action films of the 80s. And this guy just did that, went right over his head. Just didn't realize, and just pissed me off reading that today. It was actively critiquing that, but whatever. And it was called, it did not do well commercially or critically, but years later, like a lot of John Carpenter's work, it was reappraised. People go, "Oh, it's actually brilliant." So of course it is. It was just years ahead of its time. Taika Waititi has said that Thor Ragnarok would not exist without Big Trouble in Little China. Like you can see, like, oh yeah, this is Thor Ragnarok is straight up Big Trouble in Little China with a bigger budget. It's obvious. Like Chris Hemsworth's Thor is Jack Burton now. There's no doubt about that. It's like, okay, I love that. I love that. He said that. That's what I would do. Perfect. And if I did a sequel, I'd have it take place decades later. So you'd follow an old Jack Burton, old Jack, as he's all called, because there actually is an old Jack Burton comic book where it's like a post-apocalyptic and he's crazy. But I have it be where you get Kurt Russell. It's a father and son story, and so I would cast Wyatt Russell as his equally idiot son, and they have to go on adventure chat. I would have it where. So he has the son with Gracie Law. They're divorced because, of course, they would be. Eventually I rub everyone the wrong way. Yeah, no shit. They have a trucking company that is failing. That's what they're doing. But, they have this big job they got from their buddy, Wang Shen, who, we can bring back, those original actors, of course. But the thing is, Chad, what they're shipping is actually an ancient fucking artifact. And it's the MacGuffin of the movie, just like, they had the MacGuffin in the original film, which was, Wayne's fiance, in order to free David Lopan. And this last job, which was supposed to save the company for all this, that truck gets stolen by this evil organization who wants to, resurrect this evil sorcerer. Maybe it's David Lopan, maybe it's someone else. I think it'd be kind of cool. But they have to go on a fucking cross-country adventure to, across America to find this goddamn truck and to stop these guys from resurrecting whatever the hell this thing is, or bringing forth the apocalypse or something. And you have it where you have David and his son, you have Wayne and his son, and you have Kurt Russell and his son, and they go on this little adventure together. I think that'd be really fun. That's how I would do it, Chet. It's about getting back that fucking truck, just like the original movie was. My truck, where's my truck? It's the same thing. So he can keep his business afloat. I think that'd be really fun. They just don't know what the movie was supposed to be. Forgive them for their ignorance. They just don't know. They just don't know. It's just, yeah. Now, I was stoned when I watched it, so I remember nothing. Belongs in a museum. So I think that'd be really funny. So it'll be a father-son film, cross-country road trip to stop a demon god from resurrecting itself. That's how I would do it. And Taika Waititi would direct. Taika Waititi would be the director. He did such a great job with, Thor Ragnarok. He clearly is a fan of Big Trouble in Little China. Will this movie ever happen? No. But it'd be kind of cool if they ever did it, So that's what I would like to see, and that's what I would do. And this is Austin's third, I believe, and last question. Question 3. Sega comes to you and is we want to make it to the Chris... Okay. Sega comes to you and I guess wants to make the Chris Herman Juicy video game. You agree. What style of game is it? Who are the enemies? What are your weapons? And what are some of the bosses? So I would keep it simple. Don't want to get too complicated here, Chad. I would like a 2D roguelike game. So something like, Dead Cell, something like Enter the Gungeon. Something, like 32 bits, 16 bits. And where I go through the levels of my life, if you will, Chet. The things that I've referenced throughout my entire thing, but I keep repeating it over and over and over and over and over again. right? And it becomes increasingly more difficult, but I get more abilities along the way. So very similar to something like Dead Cells or Enter the Gungeon chat. And you'd have all these enemy types and all these levels based around my life or my streams and stuff. So for example, all the enemies chat, like you ask what would some of the enemies be? I would have, of course, broccoli abominations, like little, like different types of broccoli abominations. Sometimes you get like the little broccolis, but then you get like these giant hulking broccoli abominations. You know, they all have the face of, some of them like look like Ray Romano, Chad. Those are the most powerful ones. You have like the Ray Romano broccoli abomination. You get the little broccoli like cutlets, florets, if you will, florets, Chad. All that, so then you get the heads of broccoli. Then, of course, you have the brownie abominations, chat. You had the little brownies going, brap, 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 and they try to vor you. Chad. Then you get, like, the pan sheet brownie abominations, and they try to just go, just become one with me. Just become one with me. Like, that would be that. I'd have zombie deer, because you guys know I hate deer. So, like, the zombie deer you see in nature, they're all like, ah! They have all these giant tumors on them. So, it's definitely zombie deer. And we can have, like, maybe, like, deer-esque creatures. So, maybe, like, a zombie moose. Maybe, like, a caribou enemy. Maybe they have guns, too. And then I also have, like, a fried chicken abomination. I'm not a big fried chicken guy. It became, like, a thing. People used to make fun of me because I don't like fried chicken. I don't mind fried chicken. I just like good fried chicken. I don't like shitty. We can have, like, a fried chicken, like, you know, just like, skeletal abomination. So, that will be all the enemies in the game. We have different levels, like the snow level will just be Buffalo, New York, where I'm originally from. So Buffalo, New York level, I think that'd be really cool. The hot lava level will be fucking Austin, Texas. You know, God, I mean, you can do stuff like, I don't know, like my apartment level. We had to go through my fucking apartment, which has become my studio, but it's just a fucking mess. That kind of thing. I think that'd be really cool. My weapons for that, my weapons would be obviously my microphone with the cord, and that's like the Castlevania whip. So I'd have like a Castlevania whip ability, right, chap? I would have, you know, bottles of alcohol, you know, if you will, or, you know, like whiskey or something, and that'll be like my projectile. So then explodes, and the enemies are like covered in acid, or maybe you get different things for them. So maybe like the whiskeys, it's like fire or something, but then maybe the bottles of beer are like acid, or like you have different types, and you can change them up depending on the enemies you're fighting. I think that'd be really cool. I'm trying to think what other like weapons would I have? Ooh, that's a really good question. We have like a sonic boom weapon where I go, bah! I got black canary because I talk loudly. I talk really loud sometimes, chat, and I explode them with my sonic boom. I can exchange these weapons, so it's like Dead Cells, chat, where you can have like two weapons equipped at the same time. But you can't equip all of them, so you get to upgrade them. They have all variations, so that's definitely how it would be. Like, no question. In terms of, like, what would be my physical attack weapon, though? So I have the whip, I have the projectile. I think that'd be really cool. But what would be, like, my main weapon? Oh, that would be, like, that's a really good question. Chair and mic or assist? Yes, chair and mic or assist. That'd be really cool. That would be awesome. Oh, the wasps. Yeah. Oh, the wasps will be in there too. Yeah, the wasp enemies. Definitely have wasps. Definitely have wasps. Ladies like these very morbidly obese middle-aged women who are fucking throwing soda at my face. They're like, that's what they would do, chat. Like these Cyclops creatures. A purple. No, I got to do what's a physical object that really defines me? Because that's what I'm trying to base all these around. I guess mic stand would be possibly one I can do, chat. I don't know, but what would be like a really good physical weapon? Try to remember. But those would be some of the weapons I would use, chat. Sinks to defeat the broccoli. Yes, I get through. You can throw their sinks in the environment. I can throw them at the broccoli. And it's like, ooh, really good. A broken lightsaber. No, I'm trying to think what would it be. Damn it, chat. I don't know. Maybe it's just a chair. Maybe it's just OG chair. That's what it is. I'm just using OG chairs like as a fucking sword or something. Let's Josh wine would be one of the throwable objects I get. So I'd have like glasses of whiskey, I'd have beer bottles, I'd have Josh wine. It makes you sad, and the enemies go, oh, they're like they fall asleep or something because it makes them so sad they fall asleep. Like this would be great. I would definitely do all that. In terms of the boss enemies, I would want them to be like, okay, so the premise is, chat, I am king of streaming. I am the greatest streamer. But oh no, chat, oh no. Because in order for people to try to replicate my success, they've cloned me, but they're all abominations of me, chat. So I would fight, for example, erotic Sonic Chris. And so I'd be the erotic Sonic abomination going, and I had to defeat that one. He'd be in one level, chat. It'd be like a boss battle, just like Dead Cells or like Enter the Gungeon. So you know they'd show up randomly in encounters and things. They have their own dialogue. I have a rapport with them. So you have like Sonic Abomination, Chris. That would be a big one. You would have like super nice, non-swearing, shaven Chris, like little cherub Chris, like, you know, like, goddamn going, you know, door to door with like Bibles and shit, like that kind of Chris, the one that you would not expect instead of like, you know, drunken alcoholic, loud Chris, which is the character you play as. Pure, yeah, like pure Chris, exactly. I'm trying to think like what other versions. Like I want all the bosses to be just me, except it's just like a weird fucked up version of me. So definitely like pure Chris. Then we have Sonic Abomination Chris. I want at least like, you know, I want a dozen bosses. Green Goblin Chris would be really cool. I like Green Goblin Chris. Titty Streamer Chris. Well endowed Titty Streamer Chris. Yeah, gender bend Chris. That'd be hot with big old bazungas and a big booty. Yes, that is definitely a boss. No question about that. Oh, George Lucas Chris. I have like this giant fucking frog throat sucker. It's like, I want to talk about Star Wars. Like that would be really good. That would be Corey Bot. Corey Bot is just another enemy I'd fight in the game. Chris, me, rubs nipples. Me. I think I would just love to do all that shit. Yeah, I'd have so much. Corey's a sub boss. He's just fucking with Bane. I have Bane, Chris. Yes. You thought streaming was your ally. I was molded by it, born within it, like all that. Buffalo Bill, Chris. No, chucking my peen and balls behind my legs and going, no. Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. And he'd have like a couch that he'd hit me with. It'd be perfect. Yeah, yes, shit, yes. Please do a gender bend, Chris. That'd be amazing. Do like, oh god, yeah, that would be my video game shit. It'd be my life. It would be like Dead Cells. Keep it like roguelite so the levels can just, you get like new variations of the same level over and over and over again. So there's a lot of replayability. So I keep it very simple. You know, I want to do like a 3D RPG, nothing like that. It's like, no, 2D roguelite where you see all these bosses and things and all these enemy types. That's what I would do based on levels around my life. I think that'd be really, really, really fun. So I don't know. I call it the Juicy Chronicles. Play the Juicy Chronicles. Rated T for teen. You're merely adapted to the stream. I paid $19.99 for it. See, that would the price would be $19.99, chat. You save a penny. So, good, very good question, Austin. Very good question. But that's what it would be. 2D roguelite, like Dead Cells, based around my life. All sorts of enemies, chat. Naya, Color Me Brownie abominations. Josh, Broccoli Boy abominations. Zombie Deer, Fried Chicken abominations. Bosses are fucked up versions of me. That's what it would be. I think it'd be really, really fun to do. Oh. And now, chat, we're getting to Super Tupac's questions. He's voiced by Ray Romano. Yes, exactly, chat. Yep, I want to get Ray Romano to come in there. Oh, I have that one horrifying image created by Edman, which is that slug-like creature. That would be one. That'd be a boss. Ray Romano, slug, broccoli abomination boy. Perfect. Deliverance Vanny as your shop. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that'd be perfect. I love that. Yeah, everything's just based around my streams. Very, very funny. Maybe I'd have like some assists. You know, maybe I'd have like, you know, Nia Brownie or Color Me Hazel or Josh or Vandy, whoever else. You know, Too Tall. Maybe they have the water level in Too Tall's. You know, he helps me. Like Too Tall, you're like, there'll be the one level where I have to ride on something and where I got to fight all these things, and it would just be Too Tall because he's a swimmer. See, it all makes sense, shit. It's all based on you. The Revenites themselves will be featured in this game. Josh, I hate it here. It'd be perfect, chat. Yeah, there's so many different ideas. My Discord overlord, he runs the mini games, yeah. And I need to feed him, chat, or he'll die. Like, I need to feed him, like, you know, erotic Sonic. So when I defeat my erotic Sonic character, I feed that character to him. He gets more powerful, and I unlock more things. Yeah, it'd be cool. Like, I'll be the Aquaman. Yeah, you'll be like a raft Aquaman creature. It'll be wonderful. Woo! That'd be perfect, chat. But now, guys, we got to get to Super Tupac's questions, and these are big. There's a lot involved with these. You know this. So here we go, chat. Prologue. I appreciate you going through my questions. I see you taking extra sips of whiskey and filling your glass a little higher when it comes to my questions. Yes. You with gritted teeth. You go through it. From grammatical errors to made-up words. Honestly, you're too accommodating / nice. You can always answer them with an exasperated sigh and a middle finger or a one-word answer. Smiley face. Alrighty, good luck, Revan. Laughing face. Uh-oh, Mr. Revan, you're in a Lindsay Lohan movie. She's made some good movies. While watching Freak Friday, Mr. Revan groaned, tired, and fell asleep on his couch. Are you Dark Doom Fire Master Super Tupac? You write very similar to the erotic Sonic fan fiction I've been reading. Uh-oh, Mr. Evan, your, which is not the apostrophe R-E, in a Lindsay Lohan movie. While watching Freak Friday, Mr. Evan grown tired and fell asleep on his couch. When he woke up, he realized he was in the body of Kim Jong-un. He's Chris Jong-un now. Oh my God, I don't have to poop anymore. I don't have to poop anymore, Chad, and I can talk to dolphins. As Chris Jong-un today, you are scheduled to unleash your super mega death ray on the world. Which country, place would you destroy with this laser? Please leave Swedish girl alone. I would never destroy Sweden, Chad. I'm not going to destroy Sweden. I'm not going to destroy Sweden, Chad. Come on. Well, now I'm Kim Jong-un. You got to think, John. Chris Jong-un, right? So... you got to consider, like, who is the enemy of North Korea? I mean, it's the United States. So you think like the mega death ray, Chad, that'd be the place to hit, you know? That would be the big thing. But I don't know, Chad. Like, one of my biggest enemies is also hentai, Chad. So I got to think about it. Like, Japan is right there. Japan's right there. I got a boom, mega death ray attack on Japan. So all the hentai will die. All the hentai goes away, Chad. I mean, these are questions. You also have Australia, Chad. Australia has 99% of the world's most dangerous creatures, Chad. You literally go on the continent, you'll be eaten by a fucking dinosaur or a giant spider. Maybe I should take out Australia. Like, it's hard. It's hard being a crazy fucking dictator that can talk to dolphins and doesn't actually poop. By the way, you got to remember, Chad, this is my answer. No, this is my answer, Chad. Because, as we all know, Kim Jong-un cannot poop. So all of it just accumulates in his very chubby body, Chad. That's not fat. That's poop that's going throughout him. So I just use it on myself so I can die. I'd be like, this is horrible. This is a horrible existence. Please just kill me. And so I can be released from his body. So is he in my body too? That's the other thing I'd be very scared about. So maybe I would kill him. I'd have to kill myself, which he's occupying, Chad, and then I'd use it on myself. That's what I have to do, Chad. Like, I couldn't live myself. I couldn't do it. I just could not do it. Sharks, spiders, kangaroos, and aggressive Caucasians. Yeah, exactly, Night Brownie. All of them are criminals. All those Australians are criminals, right? Boom, Australia, you gotta go. So unless it's me or unless it's Kim Jong-un who's now occupying my body, Chad, he's going to say all sorts of really nasty things on my stream. I'll have to take out Australia, Chad. It's fucking Jurassic Park there. It's literally Jurassic Park. All right? And we gotta get rid of him. Sorry, but you gotta go. You know, isn't only the occupied part is the coast of Australia, and like 95% of it is just filled with all the dangerous flora and fauna on the planet. I mean, I don't know, I'd be very concerned. I'd be very, very concerned. No offense to all the fucking people who watch my stream are from Australia. You guys are goddamn heroes. You're superheroes. What you got to do? You got saltwater crocodiles. You got giant fucking, parrots. You got killer parrots there. You have spiders the size of your head. It's like, I don't want to fuck with any of that. It's too scary. I'm Xavier. Hey, Chris, do you watch X-Nurse Justice League? I'm watching the Whedon version, right? I did. I'm Xavier. I watched this afternoon. It was my day. That was my day. So I'll be reviewing that movie. I'll do my scene by scene breakdown tomorrow for you, crazy kid. Chris, here to get the 10 minutes. Sorry, I'm late. What won the polls? Don't remember. Castlevania and I don't remember the other one. Castlevania 1. And I think it was was it Infinity Train? Was it DuckTales? I don't remember. I don't know. I know one was definitely Castlevania, though. That answers your first question, Super Tupac, I hope. I think. This is Super Tupac's second question, chat. Edman has struck stardom and fame with his drawings, getting compared to Banksy, Jean-Michel Basquiat, Claude Monet, etc. His erotic vegetable etchings has gone viral, spawning furry subgenre groups called veggies. Sadly, publicized scandals and wrong turns has led to infamy for our superstar Ed. Can you name the 5 key moments in his life at times of the artist formerly known as Ed, leading from his rise and all the way to his fall? Well, as we know, Edman. This is part 1 of the Edman story. He said he's a struggling artist watching my streams, but he's inspired. He's inspired by all of the eroticism he sees every day, Chad. The Sonic eroticism. He sees the broccoli eroticism, the brownie eroticism. He's like, I can do this. I can turn these into things. And he creates these drawings, Chad. And with these drawings, they become fucking viral hits. They become viral. God, and thank you. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shadow Ghost Master Lord. It's a mouthful. Thank you, Shadow Ghost Most Alerted, for the follow. You're my new Huckleberry. Welcome to stream. Welcome to stream. So that's what it'd be. Like, he would be inspired. He would like he'd be watching these streams, he'd be doing all these drawings and things, right? Okay. But then Chet, he has to go deeper. He can't just, just be watching me, because he has to go deeper into, okay? So he's already getting some success. But now, Chad, he starts taking all these people's work, right? So this is the second one. He starts really getting this, like, all these weird fucking drawings that I can't even show on my streams anymore. He's like, well, fuck you, I don't need you anymore, because I'm gonna do all this stuff. And so the third thing, Chad, he becomes a big fucking sensation on DeviantArt. People start sending him commissions. People are just begging him to do it. They're offering tens and hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars to see this shit. He's getting all this good stuff. But eventually, chat, he's become desensitized. He's become desensitized to all of it, chat, and he's not inspired by this anymore. And so what he has to do is, chat, he must enact the eroticism to become inspired, chat. And so he kidnaps me. Chat. It's like a Tusk situation, okay? And he's going to physically transform me into Sonic, chat. And so he, like, he removes parts of my body, chat. And it's like he takes off my legs and my arms, and he gives me fucking linguini arms, chat, noodle arms. And so I'm like Kermit, but I'm like Sonic. I'm like, gotta go fast. And he's inspired again. She's inspired, but it's like I had enough, chat. And so it kind of becomes like Misery, right? Kind of like Misery. It's like I'm your biggest fan because I'm your biggest fan. And so I would train myself to like flop real good. I'd be really good at flopping, chat. And I like, flop on him, and I would just tear him apart, chat. I use my mouth. I use my I would become what he fears most, chat, an abomination. And I would consume him. And then he would be inside me. And then that would be the death of him, and that is the rise and fall of Edman, chat. That's how. So you're a walrus, but in this case, I'm a hedgehog. In this case, I'm a hedgehog. So there you go. That answers your question. Do it. That's some dark stuff. This is dark. I told you it'd be dark. Probably because he was murdering people last time he appeared on Super Jukebox Questions. Probably the downfall. Yeah, exactly. Chris, I used my mouth on chat. Chat. I'd have to do what I'd have to do. You never you never know. Oh, it is, I'm the walrus. Oh yeah, it's from Tusk. Oh Lord, so there you go, Edman. That's what I have to do to you. I would eat you. It would end with you inside me. Now I'd be doing that. I'd be doing all the voices, chat. It wouldn't be good for either of us, chat. Woo, boy. There you go. So that was the second question. Let's go with the third one. Oh, this one's about Naya, chat. Naya Brownie is actually stupid good at games. She and I were playing Castle Crashers, a game only young prodigy Asian kids can beat. But she was so tactical, like a black Rambo. Saved my ass countless times during boss fights and projectiles. She needs to play Apex or join voice chat. I want you to make a Naya Brownie style themed game. It could be a 2D shooter, horror puzzler, dating simulator, whatever. Make it good. Make it good. Well, I mean, what I would do, chat, I mean, it would be a classic beat 'em up game, chat, and you'd have different versions of Naya Brownie. So you got classic Blambo. You would have classic Naya Brownie, chat. Then you have like alternate versions of her. You would have like wine drunk, sad wine, Josh drunk wine Naya Brownie, where she's just drinking wine, she's sad, and she throws the bottles at people. And then you'd have Brownie Abomination Brownie. She's like the Hulk. It's like the Hulk of the group. And she would be smushing people, and she would be voring them inside of her brownie mass, Chad. That's what it would be. And they would be going, you could pick your character, Chad. You would go around, and you're beating up all the guys. You'd have, like enemy types. Obviously, Josh. Josh would be an enemy type, Chad. And then you have me, of course. I'd be like the boss level, because come on, you got to do it. And then you have, other various people. Assimilate. And that's what you could say. That's what your character could go, I'm assimilating you. Like the thing. That's how it would be. All the enemy types would be the various people that she interacts with on stream chat. And the boss, the final boss would be me. I'd be like, I must stop you, Nia Brownie. But then she would do whatever super move she has, chat. And so if she throws wine at me, I become really sad and she stabbed me. Or if she's the Brownie Abomination, Nia Brownie Abomination, or calling me Brownie Abomination, which maybe that's her Super Saiyan form. She's Nia Brownie Abomination. Maybe she goes, calling me Brownie. And that's when she eats me, chat. That's how it would be. Yeah, it's like Mega Man. It's very much like Mega Man. Yeah, to be fair, he did send these last week. He did send these last week. He did. I thought about these, chat. So yeah, it would be a beat 'em up style game. Select your fighter. You go do all these levels, beating everybody up, throwing wine at them, all that good stuff. That's how it would have to be. Maybe kind of like maybe a little bit of Mega Man thrown in there for the good measure. Like Streets of Rage. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. I think that'd be kind of cool. Voiced by Terrence Howard. You can have the Terrence Howard Nia Brownie chat. So there'll be like different Nia Brownies, of course, all voiced by different people. You would have the Terrence Howard Nia, which is basically just Terrence Howard. But, you know, it's like, well, that's also Nia Brownie. It's like, what? Look at the game. Thank you. I put some thought in this, chat. I put some thought into this. All right, we got 3 more questions. You got an epilogue question here. All right, chat, we got another question. From Super Tupac. The Mr. Revan cinematic franchise is booming. Mr. Revan and the Broccoli Boys trending a rating high of 18 to 48 age group. The internet are going nuts for Brownie Abomination that she is getting her own spin-off show. Leave it to Brownie. There is even news about a zombie trilogy, but it has been dampened because of contract disputes with Joshua. He believes he deserves more media work, doesn't like being rated low in fan popularity. And believes he should be making just as much money as his co-stars. How would you handle the situation? Ham out of the balcony like Suge Knight, replace him with Aunt Vivian? Remember, Revan, he is going through a divorce and is looking for a wife. Well, I'd marry them. I'd marry them. It's like, come on. Just fucking kiss already. God damn it. Problem solved. That is that. There you go. Anyway, that's what it would be. He's going through a divorce, needs a wife. Boom. There's the contract dispute over, chat. Brownie Abomination, Broccoli Boy Abomination, and then you get their fucking family. You get the Brownie Broccoli Abomination. Perfect. Be Nia Vision. It'd be Nia Vision. Yeah, exactly. That's what the first episode would be. And they have these 2 fucking kids named Wiccan and Speed. And they're like, can you believe that the sons of Broccoli Abomination Boy Josh and Nia Brownie Abomination, that they had 2 sons named Speed and Wiccan? There you go. Parsley's offended. Oh, Parsley, you have Parsley. He's the other kid. He's the one that's going nah, nah, all the time. And we would call it Nia Vision. Josh would be happy. Carmi Hazel would be happy. She'd be getting paid. She'd get top billing shit. Who's top billing in those fucking episodes? There's goddamn Elizabeth Olsen shit. Nia Brownie. There you go. Josh will have to die 3 times, so that is correct. Yes, he will have to die 3 times. That is in his contract. Is in his contract, chat. Woo! And his fight spirit Wiccan. Oh, I would Wiccan. You get inside his man and go explode his brains. Questions need more meth. A lot of meth in these questions. Okay, here's the last question. Carmi Hazel Brand Corporation is skyrocketing the past few months thanks to their CEO, Hazel. Or Hazel. I'm called Hazel. According to Yahoo Finance and Bloomberg, the Color Me Hazel brand is set to be available all across the world with any avenue of payment. Ms. Revan, can you tell me what exactly is the Color Me Hazel brand? Is it a franchise of hair waxing salons, coconut-flavored tattoos, a worldwide organization to sheltering little dogs, a chain of fast food stores selling Filipino aborted duck eggs? It's whatever you want, Revan. P.S. On a side note, how do I save the Super Tupac brand? People are losing their homes, committing suicide. Damn! And I keep getting calls from Turkish loan sharks. You don't have to answer me on this stream. Just whisper me. Well, I read it out loud. I promptly did not. I promptly did not answer Super Tupac. I went, what? So, what would be the Color Me Hazel brand, chat? Power. It would be that it's like it's them joining fucking forces, chat. It's like they're the goddamn Wonder Twins, chat. Like they're the Wonder Twins, okay? You know, like Nia, she is the power of Brownie, and you know, fucking Call Me Hazel, she is the power of Hazel, of course, chat. So when their fucking powers combine, they will enslave the world itself. They will enslave the world itself, chat. So anything is at their disposal, chat. Okay? And what do they have? What do they have inevitably, chat? What's the product they sell? Fate. They control your fate. That's what it is. Unlimited power and fate, chat. That's what it all comes down to. So time itself, reality itself, becomes their plaything, chat. We are all just ones and zeros to the color me brownie, chat. That's all it is. Free pizza and gimmicks, everyone. Yay! That is what it is. Super Tupac, it wouldn't matter what your fucking business is, because you're nothing but a 1 and 0 to color me brownie, chat. And their reality itself that they control. Okay, existence would be Color Me Hazel. We would be Color Me Hazel, chat. Everything would be. It's be fucking nuts. It'd be a Lovecraftian novel eventually. You think it's starting out as a business show? And it's like, oh, these two girls trying to get their business together. No, they would control and be reality itself. Boom. Oh, this is Super Tupac's epilogue, chat. Austinic, Chris Ayers, Two Tall Cats, Alex Spinell, extraordinaire. Even you, Vanny, you're all lucky today. Laughing face. One of these days, my questions will be about you. Jokes aside, thank you, everyone, for running the gauntlet once again. I was nice to Hazel. I'm trying to help Josh. I'm trying to make Nia famous, and I'm trying with Ed. Lol. I did good. Smiley face. I think it's a good time to retire from my question asking. No, you don't. You keep asking these questions. I will be going to the Alex Trebek question asking rehab center tomorrow, so my questions can be a little more digestible. Thank you once again, Chris Herman. Yours truly, your favorite, as he says here, chat. There are parentheses around his name. Super Tupac, chat. Super Tupac with the last of the epilogue. There you go. Oh Lord, chat. Well, on that note, I believe that is studio audience applause. I believe, is Super Tom going to eat his questions? I think he is. I think that's what he might start doing now. They've taken on life itself. Oh, Lord. Now, let's see if I have any more questions, Chad. Let's see if I have any more questions from you guys. And we'll continue on. If not, it looks like that's it. I got through all the questions, Chad. I did it, Chad. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank everyone for the question. I want to thank Hope Smith for showing us that horrifying clip. That horrifying clip of reformed schoolgirls, which is very scary. I want to thank, and funny, I also want to thank Vanispheres for all your questions, good sir. I want to thank Austinic for all your good questions, and Super Tupac for whatever you did. Whatever that was. Thank you. Thank you for being Revenite and Juicy Games subscribers. It is amazing. It is simply amazing, chat.